Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included and Deadly Spacerock. We're your hosts. My name is Michael,
I'm Amanda.
and we are back here because Amanda is super excited about something in the lower left side of the screen.
Tomorrow, there's going to be an update to the game. They're going to add occupations. Everybody's going to get little hats. They're very cute. And they're going to specialize in different jobs. But in the meantime, we wanted to visit Deadly Spacerock and check in with them and just kind of play with them tonight in case tomorrow things go a little crazy.
This is our last chance to play with Deadly Spacerock while everybody's unemployed.
Yep, let's go check in on these shiftless miscreants.
When we last left our heroes, we had found a neural vacillator and were trying to decide whose brains were going to get vacillated. Whose brains are we shaking the heck out of?
Well, Zippy's right here.
Zippy, proximity equals destiny. Let's strap her into the chair and find out what this thing does.
Okay. You ready?
Yep, let's do it. I'm sure those straps are for comfort.
Oh,
Oh my.
that's
That synthetic brain is doing something.
right. And this means it's done. I guess I have to click on this to get her out of it.
Uh-huh.
Complete.
Something feels different.
Oh.
Whew, Zippy's brain is still vibrating, but they've never felt better. She's acquired deeper diver's lungs. Wow. So she uses even less air than she did before.
It would have been nice if it would have cured her flatulence.
Well, you can't get everything when you strap people to a giant synthetic brain, which I've noticed has now shrunk. Is that a one-time use thing, it looks like? No more charges left.
One time only.
So there's not even any way to repair this thing, huh?
Not that I know of.
Completely broken.
Oh, there's
Log
a log
fragment recovered. Fascinating that memories are not already inherent in our subjects. However, none as yet have shown signs of recognition when introduced to familiar stimuli. Yawn.
Memories must be embedded physically within the brain maps of our subjects. The only question remains is... Oh, the suspense!
Oh, it cuts off the fragment. Now, is that supposed to refer to the giant synthetic brain? Because it didn't look like it was giving anyone memories. Memories are not what give you gigantic diver's lungs.
Well, it could be that they forgot they had gigantic diver's
Oh,
lungs.
they were breathing shallow because they didn't have any memory of having big lungs.
But now they remember that they have...
I don't really buy it.
I don't either. I don't get it.
All right. So now that we've scrambled somebody's brains and seen what that does, and we've let a little tentacled slime menace wander free, what are we up to next?
Well, let's check in on the wider... Oh, look at this. We couldn't see this before, but here's a cold area.
There is an entire Arctic-looking biome now visible.
More of these lockers, which we discovered when we broke into them here. You can rummage in those and stuff is in them. They have little sweaters here that they can come and pick up.
They're going to need those sweaters if they're going to go into that cold environment.
Yeah, it's almost like it was planned that way, huh?
It's almost like whoever was in here scrambling brains planned ahead.
Uh-huh. This stuff right here, this is abyssalite.
Uh-huh.
I think they made that mineral up for the game. I guess I don't know for sure. I'm not a scientist. Even if I was a scientist, I wouldn't be a geologist. Anyway, this takes twice as long, I think, to dig through.
Uh-huh.
Then, yeah, it says over here, hardness 200, nearly impenetrable. So it takes them a long time to drill through it. So I'm just kind of cruising up and down here, looking for the thinnest area.
It looks like you were just on top of it, actually.
I think this is even thinner, though.
Oh.
And
Break into the roof of the lockers?
yeah, like maybe bring this down to here, come over this way. bring down another.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and draw it in. Just to kind of plan. Okay. And then over here, a little more.
Is there any concern that that squelching little monster might also make it down to the lockers? And if it does, can it work the combination on a locker?
I don't think so, because it was in here for untold eons. We don't know how long it was in here.
But there was a door.
I guess you're right. I'm not too concerned about it.
Okay. So that creature might fall into a pit and we're fine.
Now, I would like to get in here. Also, I think the first thing is I want to get into these lockers. But I would also like to get in here because some of the things in here are sleet wheat.
Huh.
This is the only sort of grain product that you can get in the game. So if they're ever going to make bread, or
It's got to be made out of this.
or beer,
Mm-hmm.
beer is not in the game, but I'm hoping someday. And there's also these little guys, Wheezewort.
Wheezewort.
These kind of look like cactuses,
Uh-huh.
and they exude cold air.
Uh-huh.
So if your habitat is too warm,
You
like
could put them in as little living air conditioners, huh?
yes, it's especially good for when your plants are complaining that it's too warm for them.
Right. Which I seem to remember was a problem with one of these farms, wasn't it?
Yep. Our bristle blossoms were complaining intermittently that they were too hot. Now they
They
seem
seem
like
to be okay.
yeah, we put more ventilation in to try to solve that.
Right.
And I think it's working, and now they just want more light. Which we're trying to... I mean, there's two little bugs down here that we're kind of hoping would wander up this way. Maybe I should widen this so that they're more likely to come up.
Sure.
Let's dig straight up here.
At some point, you could also assign research to learn animal control, which lets you build things like traps for relocating things like this.
Yeah. We have research going, I think.
I don't remember what we're researching.
Plumbing.
Plumbing. That seems important.
Yeah, considering how...
That we only just recovered from the pee-mergency.
Right, how disastrous our experiment with laboratories went last time. No power. Let's look at our power grid here. Oh, it's a little strained.
Huh.
It's possible. I wonder if it would help to put a battery closer to these things so that it's not drawing, you know what I mean? It's not drawing the power from over here.
So you think the problem is one of distance?
I don't really know. I think, as I said, when I first noticed that we were having some issues with the power grid, I think that the real improvement to be made here is replacing this janky double twisted wire with conductive wire.
Yeah.
Which we don't even have completely researched, and even if we did, we need refined metal
Yeah.
to make it.
So it's
and
going to be a while.
it'll be a while before we can get that. So in the meantime, I think it maybe just even as an experiment, we put in a battery closer and stick it right by the shower where they can electrocute themselves.
Yeah, that seems great.
No, we'll put it over here on the
Just
other
say
side
everyone
of
who's taking a shower must wear rubber boots. It'll be an entire colony of stink-footed but safe duplicants.
Here we go. Let's put it right next to the water sieve. Let's see if that helps anything.
So we're going to see if we can fix the power grid by adding one more thing to draw off the power grid.
Look, I am not an electrician or a geologist. So
Frankly, not qualified at all to keep a number of human beings in a space colony alive.
not even a little bit. Nope.
It's a good thing it does not require a license to even try.
Mm-hmm. Now...
I just saw a nice bathroom bonus given to someone visiting the outhouse.
Well, all you need for a nice bathroom is to enclose it. We have some between doors.
Yep.
And it has to have...
A plant.
No, the plant isn't even required. It just needs to have a place to do their business and a sink.
Mm-hmm. But the plant is nice.
The plant is nice. The plant is what makes the decor tolerable in there, see? Well, and I also think you get a little bit of a bonus for the copper that we used for the door.
Yeah, fancy shiny door.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a building that's broken somewhere. There's some flooding.
That is that battery that is...
Oh, that's not our battery?
Not our battery.
What's flooded? Same battery?
Same battery. Same thing.
Alright, well, keep us in the loop, game.
Yeah, it's real important for you to know that something that you didn't build and have no responsibility for or need any way to reach is broken and overheated and damaged and flooded. Alright. So, one sort of long-term project that we can get started is the natural gas generator.
Right. To have yet another source of power.
Right, because in case that the issue here is like that
it really is straining your one coal generator.
Right.
Which is possible.
Well, it doesn't seem that likely. I don't know why it would matter. Like, as long as lots of power is coming in, right?
Yeah.
But I guess the reason that they give you the watt count is because it can only output 600 watts at a time.
Yeah.
Now that I'm talking my way through it, this makes perfect sense that you need more to input more electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Because this thing has a maximum.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about it. All right.
See, by the end of this, we're pretty much going to learn how to be an electrician. This is better than a community college, this game.
So, what I'm thinking is maybe we bring a ladder down here, build a little room down here.
Uh-huh.
Make the natural gas generator sort of in this area.
Yeah.
With the
and
pump
then put some
for
vents
it.
in over there?
Yeah, with a pump over here to pump into that.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, let's start setting this up. I think we'll start for now by mopping this out. Is it gonna let them do that?
It'll let them do some of it once they are able to get down there.
Yeah, it said too much liquid, but...
Yeah, there's at least one deep pool there that is too much liquid for them to mop up.
Alright, well, I guess we'll see. And then... we have new options under plumbing in our research. Do we need to set up more research? No, they're still working on stuff.
I think we gave them an entire research tree to look into, so
That's
they're going to be working those Bunsen burners for a while.
Okay. So we're going to want to put this probably as high as we can. I don't think we need the insulated pipe. We're going to want tile there for this to run through. Go ahead and use the sandstone rather than the beautiful granite, since I don't think they're ever going to be seeing this. And then we'll come down and we'll get the rest once they've set up, once they've cleared this out a little bit, and I've decided sort of where I want the trough to be. The natural gas generator kicks out polluted water.
Yeah. Well, we've already got a lake full of polluted water that we can just add to. Just got to run the plumbing all the way across the base.
No, that's the thing though. The natural gas generator, for some reason, is I think the only thing in the game that works this way. But it pollutes where it is. You can't
Run it anywhere?
Yeah, there's no output pipe. There is just a drip that comes off it. It's under. Is it under power? Yeah. So like you can kind of see that there's this little nozzle there.
Yeah.
That just drips polluted water forever.
Oh, pretty gross.
Yeah. So wherever you build it is below it is where that's gonna go. And if you want to get rid of it from where it ends up, you're gonna have to pump it out, and that's really inefficient.
So does that mean that you want to build a platform that it can drip through
Right.
and form a pool underneath it?
Yeah, probably you want to use mesh
So build a
tiles.
mesh tile at the same level of those other tiles you were putting down?
I don't think it would fit above there. I was gonna
Kind of size it up to see where you could fit it?
right, I'm gonna put it down here somewhere and put mesh tiles under it. And I thought,
And then have them
maybe
dig
I'll
deeper?
put it here, sort of here-ish,
Uh-huh.
and then like have them dig a channel down
Yeah.
for the drip to go down, because here polluted water would be perfectly welcome. This is a polluted area where it's
So
full
the
of-
slime biome can continue to grow just fine with polluted water in it.
yes
Right.
it often has polluted water in it. Actually, here's some right here.
All right. Yeah, sounds great. Let's turn this whole mushroom cap farm, whatever it is, into a new sewer.
Okay, I think I'll bring it down here.
Also, if you want more help, more duplicants are available at the printing pod.
I think I do want more help. Do we
We
have...
should probably plan another bed.
Yeah.
Is it time to go up another floor?
We could come up, go over here, but then they wouldn't have very much floor. I don't think there's enough room to go up another level, because we've been making them 4 tiles high. These people have gotten cheated so far,
Yeah.
to be honest. But once we put their paintings in,
They've got kind of the Hobbit hutch bed arrangement.
right, they've got the emergency cot areas for now. But like once we put these in, you can see that we'll be butting right up against that water.
Right. Well, do you want to put people into the right of the mess hall?
Yeah, I think maybe that would be good. Because we've got this whole area up in here.
Yeah, you can put another ladder up and keep building up in that area.
That could be really nice. I like to kind of keep my ladders sort of lined up.
Why?
I just do. I mean, you can tell I haven't really been emphasizing my aesthetics in this particular game very much.
Yeah, if there's an aesthetic applied here, it's barely alive.
Yeah. In my solo ones where I pause a lot, because I didn't want to pause a lot when we were playing here.
Yeah, because a paused game is boring.
Right. I plan things out a lot more so that I can satisfy my...
Need for symmetry.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, I'm going to put the ladder over here so that it's lined up with this other ladder. That's all I'm trying to say. Just make sure we don't run up into
Don't tap the chlorine.
Yeah, into the chlorine. I mean, I guess I could do this one. No, I can't do this one because it's going to run into a mess table. Though I can always just move them. No, there's a painting there. I don't think I can't go up the painting.
Or you could start the ladder one space to the left of the
No!
other one. Okay.
Oh! You don't understand. That's,
Oh, I understand. I just think it's funny.
that's so maddening. No, having them one off is like the worst.
Having them able to make their way easily around the entire colony is the worst. Better that they have to run twice as far just so as long as they can go up a single extended ladder.
I don't think that you get to chide me about potentially making them run around more, considering that we've both been setting up this colony so far, and we both are responsible for the fact that they could not get to these lavatories in time for like an entire hour of play, and they were peeing themselves constantly.
I mean, only one of us had their hands on the mouse the whole time.
Like, if you don't want to take responsibility, that's fine, but you don't get any credit when things go right either.
Hey, there's one of those grubby Edie monsters hanging out on the top floor, locked inside a bedroom.
Oh gosh.
You see that they got a pet? I guess it just got dug out when we went to put the painting in.
Oh yeah, sometimes these little cracked areas that indicate that there's something there will
What is it called? A burrow? Or
a hatch.
A hatch.
Right, and I mean they're actually kind of handy things to have around.
It's helping out because it's eating the rock that's on the floor, I think. So
Yeah, it
nobody
is.
has to sweep.
So the downside of these things is that they'll eat whatever's on the floor. So they'll eat like seeds or food that you need your people to have to use. But the nice thing about them is that they'll eat anything that's on the floor, and then they poop out coal. And that's nice.
One thing I'm spotting is Christomol and Mopsy did not get a full night's sleep because they couldn't breathe. So you might want to start putting some mesh tiles in between these stacked up bedrooms to let the oxygen get up to the top floor.
Oh, no kidding. Look at that.
That is awful.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. That's gonna suck for them no matter what, but I'll go ahead and get everybody more ventilated. Though this is gonna hurt their privacy a little, isn't it?
I have no idea if this is going to have an effect on the stats. But it's probably preferable to dying in their sleep. Which I think is the other option that we have available.
It's not gonna affect their stat bonus, I can tell you that. I do know that much. So, what else do we need? Oh man, I hate it when that sand falls on the beds and they become hard to reach. What else can we do to get more air over in here?
Do any of those decorative plants kick out oxygen?
Not in enough.
Not enough to
amount
keep people alive?
Yeah, not that you would notice. I don't feel like. I should probably start digging this stuff up. And making use of this space more.
Yeah.
Actually, we could put bedrooms sort of here.
Sure, you could run another tile level along there.
Let's make this one granite so that we get the decor bonus from it. Okay, I'm gonna cancel a few of these and replace them with mesh tiles, and that way we don't forget, basically, like I did over in the bedroom area. Well, we built the bedrooms before we had mesh tiles available, is the thing.
That's true. It's always interesting to see these characters leveling up when they're doing nothing so difficult as running up a ladder. What were you doing, Grillmaster Sven, that you just got better at?
He was thinking about cooking.
Because he wasn't grilling, the grill's sitting idle.
Well, let's see what we can do about that.
Oh, we just don't have anything queued.
Well, I think we don't have anything queued because they don't have any food that they can make.
Right.
Like you can see here, this takes 1,600 calories, and here's how many we have.
0.
Gristleberries, we have 0. Because every time we get these foods, the raw ones get eaten pretty quick.
Yeah, I just saw Not the Grim Reaper eat a mush fry. So there's still some in the fridge.
Right.
From the last time we were making some.
Right. So, I don't think that we can use that to improve any of their food right now.
That's fine. We were originally just going to make a bed so that we could print a duplicate. So let's not get too lost in what we were working on.
I'm going to get lost in what we were working on. Alright, so...
Set up a bedroom.
Go ahead and do this. Future bedroom use.
And find beds for them.
I'll just do that one for now.
Sure.
New duplicants available.
Okay.
Wow. Now we already have a guy named Frankie. We have Froggy Frankie.
That's true, but we don't have to keep the name.
They're trying to chuck another Frankie at us. But here's the thing. Frankie looks really good. Normally when you have a duplicant come up who has this many bonuses, they also have higher demands.
Right.
Like, usually if you've got like this many, 10? 11 points worth of bonuses here, normally it means that their decor expectation is like 10 or 20, and their food expectation is like -1.
Right.
So you have to have much better food and much better surroundings for them. This guy is super easygoing for all of his bonuses. All he has is an inability to help sick people, and we don't even have a sick bay.
Nobody gets sick?
Well, we did have people get sick, remember?
In the early days, but we're at 98% now. So yeah, this level 2 miner seems like a pretty good addition.
Wow, plus he has a morning bonus. He's just killing it. This guy's great. So we need a new name for him, and a name to indicate how great he is.
Well, let's see. He's a morning bird, so Finchy Frankie.
Well, no, we can't call him
We got a Froggy Frankie, who's amphibious.
Look, Finchy Freddy. Maybe they're twins.
I mean, they're clones. They might share DNA all the way down to their socks.
Gosh. Now that you mention it, that makes sense. Alright, come on, Finchy Freddy. Come on out.
And whoomp. Hey, looks a lot like Grillmaster Sven, come to think of it. As Grillmaster goes running by with the exact same haircut.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what does Froggy Frankie look like? Because I admit, I've forgotten.
Well, let's find Froggy Frankie and follow him.
Is this him?
That's Finchy Freddy.
Okay, that's the new guy.
Can we pick him off a list to zoom in on him?
You know, I know we can, but I forget.
I have no idea how to do it.
I forget. Maybe here.
Yeah, if you just click on Froggy and then follow cam. Boom.
And then close this.
Yep. Froggy looks just like Finchy, looks just like the Grillmaster.
Wow. Well, it's a very hardy strain of DNA, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, they're clones, so we can't be surprised when they look alike. That's why you name them.
Is that why we name them?
Yep, there is no other reason why we name them.
Alright, how do I not follow him? Because I want to do some stuff now.
Get some sweeping done.
Yeah, we need to do... Why is this dying? It was dying, now it's not.
It just needs light, that's all.
Well, these typically don't need light. Not...
They don't need it, but it helps them.
I don't think that's the case.
The Grillmaster is going to the source, farm to table. He's extruding the mush that he's going to need later for grilling. and
Well-
leaving it laying on the floor like some kind of animal.
This isn't the stuff that he's gonna fry because they can.
Can
only
you not fry the lice loaf into something else?
No, no.
Huh. Only the worst mush, huh?
Yeah, only the worst mush, and you can fry it up, and that makes it -2 level of terrible. But the lice loaf is also -2 terrible.
Right.
So you might as well do that.
I noticed right next to Grill Master Sven, the research station is unmanned, so we must have learned all we could learn.
Right, there's animal control up there, and HVAC, transit tubes. Things can get pretty fancy later
Yeah.
on. This is all plastic
Ooh,
stuff.
but comfy beds.
Well, that would be great, but they're made out of plastic.
Damn.
And we haven't even discovered oil, let alone
Haven't found any oil yet.
learn how to refine it into
It
petroleum.
looks like we didn't finish learning about HVAC.
Oh, that's right. We stopped that because we realized we needed the plumbing, I think,
Uh-huh.
or something like that. Anyway, we'll go back to HVAC research then. I'll go ahead and assign this in case that doesn't happen automatically. So Finchy Frankie.
All right,
Shrek.
Finchy, you got a bed.
Finchy Freddy has a bed. We are getting some hydrogen in the old colony. Did I set up an electrolyzer? I did. Alright, this thing spits out mostly oxygen, but also some hydrogen.
A little bit of hydrogen. And it's all floating up, huh?
That's right. So we're gonna start getting this pink stuff at the top of our colony as the hydrogen floats.
So do you want to make a pass into the mess hall and then eventually up beyond that?
Well, I'm gonna put some airflow tiles in
Yeah.
so that when we eventually dig out this whole area, we've got some airflow. And we should probably start doing that now, considering that Devin was just gasping after eating.
Yep. Also, oh, I thought that maybe for a second they were done with the research, but someone just wandered off the station. Now we got 2 people working away at the research stations, Dream Date and Froggy. It is so funny to me that one of them now has an accidental pet in their bedroom that can't get out.
I guess I can have these other areas get swept. Oh no, look what happened.
Oh no, a terrible artist got in there.
Painting. No.
Oh, it's garbage.
So what happened there was we have it set up so that new duplicants can do all jobs.
Right. So somebody who's new to the colony was allowed to make a painting, and they're terrible at it. Could have been Mopsy.
Could have been Grillmaster Sven.
Well, now they're fired from ever making another painting because that is awful.
Yep.
Whose bedroom is it in?
Grillmaster Sven, so
Oh, let's hope that Grillmaster made it and likes it. It's the best they could do.
we can hope. Yeah, you can see that these other things are pretty green, and this is a little bit dimmer. It's not quite up to snuff.
Not
That's
quite
okay.
the decorative boost everybody else gets from their masterpieces.
Oh well. So
Do you
I'm
think
gonna-
that's supposed to be a portrait of their neighbor Crystal Mole?
Oh, maybe.
Just looking at the hair?
It's possible.
A new day dawns in Deadly Spacerock, Cycle 47, and still everybody's alive.
So I'm gonna have them dig out here
Uh-huh.
so that this thing has more food
Sure.
and can spit out more
So you
coal.
can get some
for
more
us.
coal?
Yeah. Though I don't think we're hurting for coal. No, we've got
Still got almost 11 tons of coal. Not going to
Yeah.
run out of coal anytime soon.
So we don't need to capture this. We can actually free it, or we can eat it.
We don't need the food either.
Don't we? We're getting a little low.
There's like 35, almost 36,000 kcals.
Oh my gosh. I thought that since this was not full anymore that we were hurting, but I guess not.
Well, I think a lot of people are also still just scooping stuff off the floor. They're not necessarily getting out of the fridge. And you also have food down there.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, is it empty?
It's empty.
Time to take it apart?
Let's deconstruct it. Yeah, this whole area I think we can use better.
Uh-huh.
Is this working, by the way? We kind of set this up and then never...
No, it's working. I saw it dripping when the game started.
Great.
You can see the filth water flowing in there. And
Right.
the pool is definitely deeper than it has been.
But the whole thing with this is that we don't want all the dirty water going out. We only want enough to take the pressure off
Right.
to keep it from building up, but we want most of it to go into this water sieve and get reclaimed. 'Cause in here, it's not really doing us a lot of good.
Did we make a fork? Or is it just the end of the line of an entire loop? Alright, water goes into the lavatories, comes out, flows towards the cleaner, and out. You're right. So the more that the path to the pool is reduced, the more of it is forced to remain in the loop, where it hits the cleaner, goes back around to the lavatories, comes back down, hits the cleaner.
Right, so we really kind of want this to be very little.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take it all the way down to like 50. Because it's really just like...
I mean, right now, what we would really need to know is how much water is coming in every time a lavatory is used.
I
What's
think I'm
the draw?
doing this backwards. So what does this even stand for?
Gallons per second?
Gallons per second.
Yeah.
So making it lower will actually encourage more water to go through it, right?
Why?
No, it wouldn't. That's not... No, I was right the first time.
No, I think if you put it down to 0, it should stop. Isn't that the test?
Okay, we'll do that.
I guess the question is, when they say flow control, is this... Are you setting how much is passed or how much is stopped from going?
That's a good question.
Does control mean this is how much it won't let through before it does go? It is kind of leaking pretty steadily now.
Well, it's... Oh, no, we said requested flow rate. Somebody has to come and adjust it. So Grillmaster Sven just came over here and did something to it.
Oh,
And now it's not flowing.
I see. So he changed the control on the filter and now it's all stopped.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and have them clean this up because they can take a shower.
Really? You're going to send somebody down into the pee lake to
Yes,
clean up
because
some...
they can take a shower and they'll be fine afterward.
Still. I mean, I could take a shower whenever I want. If you asked me to go get into a lake of pee, I'd still say no.
All right.
Couldn't even convince me.
I'm going to just put this at like 1 and see how that does for us.
All right.
Because all I want is for this to be open enough that when this builds up, it lets some water through to keep it from exploding. But we'll kind of keep an eye on
I mean,
this.
it still depends on how much water is going into the system. That's the primary determinant, and I don't know if we could figure out what that's supposed to be or not.
See, that's too much already. That much water going through it is more than I want going through it. So I think maybe I do just have to turn it off and we have to keep an eye on it. I think that's true. So it's...
Sure. I mean, you're giving yourself a manual task when instead you could be planning for how to pump and reclaim that polluted water as well. You could set up a whole series of...
Well, I know that I can always do that, but the problem is it's going to take electricity.
Yeah.
And I don't want to.
Okay.
I mean, like, once we have this natural gas thing going,
Yeah.
then I think it will probably make sense to do what?
So I was just noticing that the natural gas thing stalled out because they made one bit of flooring and that was as far as they could reach.
Right, I just saw that too.
So you're saying once you have the infinite power that
Yeah.
you can tap from the natural gas geyser.
Right, exactly. Though it does occur to me that we could we have so much coal. We could just put another coal generator somewhere
Yeah.
and burn through that too. Where would be a good place for it, do you think? Let's look at our
I mean,
grid.
do you want it to be close to the existing coal generator?
For pollution purposes, that would be great.
Then why not have them keep building tile in the water pool to the right to raise its level? In order to allow you to build another one just to the right of the current pool thing.
There will not be room here. Even if I bring the tile up here.
For like 3 rows. And then dig them back out.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I think you're telling me to do, which is go 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Yep.
And then
Like, how wide is one of those coal generators?
wider than that. I mean, you can see it. It's wide.
Yes, let's see it. How many spaces?
Considerably wider than that.
It takes up 3. Well, my proposal was just keep adding tile rows into the water until you have 1 more than you need to dig back out. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you could fit another one right there just as soon as you've pushed the water over to the right and given yourself 1 more row of space.
That is a lot of work and
You know what? It's not
engineering.
work we have to do. That's the beauty of clones.
No, but it is work that we have to deal with, and also we would have to move the liquid pump.
It's blocked anyway.
It's not that it's blocked, it's that this water isn't moving because no one's using these.
Oh,
Like, this is one thing that I've noticed actually kind of...
that's kind of an odd label to
Yeah.
say blocked when you mean not currently in use.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you can see the water backing up.
Yes.
So that's how you can manually tell when you need to let some through.
Right. And the reason that I was getting a little, and I'm still a little sad about this, I thought that we could set this valve at a low enough float rate that it would let a tiny bit out when this was completely full.
Yeah.
But it seems like even allowing 1 gallon out of it is too much. But I really want all of the polluted water going here to the water sieve.
So
it's
you
gonna
need it
have
to back all the way back to that junction
Right, I need it to back up to there and start going up there.
until it starts seizing up.
Yeah. This is
Isn't-
not...
It's not ideal. Aren't there some like fluid pressure control things that you can add as well?
Well, this is one of them. The liquid valve that we put in is one of them.
Yeah, but that controls flow rate. It's not measuring pressure.
Oh, we got some new stuff in the HVAC. Okay.
Like let's go back to plumbing.
Uh-huh.
What's a liquid shutoff?
It's a thing we don't have yet.
Turns liquid on or off using automation. Saves time and resources by removing the need for duplicant management.
So it's basically one of these, but instead of us coming over and turning it on when it needs to let off pressure, it would automatically do it. But
So you
it
could
would
set
also,
rules for when it would turn on.
Right, but it also would require us to research and build all this stuff, which all requires refined metal.
And we haven't gotten anywhere close to building a smelter.
Nope.
We couldn't even put some aluminum in a microwave at this point.
So, let's think about where we want to put another coal generator, and I suggest just bringing this over
Sure.
this way.
Yeah, that would work. Also, Finchy is going to want another wall at some point. Wasn't Finchy an early bird? Why is Finchy sleeping in? Not much point in getting advantages in the morning if you just sleep in past everybody.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention. He might have been in the middle
He was
of...
up later.
No, there you go. And he might have been in the middle of a task
Yeah.
and stuck with it. Oh, look at this. This little guy came up the ladder. That's no good. Don't come in here. We don't want that in our space because
It makes slime.
it makes slime, and slime makes our duplicants sick. So
You've already got slime sitting up there next to some food that hasn't been picked up under the farm.
Well, tough luck, little guy. They're gonna kill ya.
Time to die. Wow, they're just microwaving his brain.
Look at those blank faces.
There he goes.
Yep, there it went.
Wow, immediately collapsed into a jar full of filth. Like self-pickling. Ah, wait, polluted oxygen in a barrel? Interesting.
Yeah.
That's some magical game stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's some more mopping up they could do down there, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
See, you just noticed?
Too
They
much.
can't get that pool there because it's too deep. But they can get everything else.
Let's let them dig out on either side of it, and so
To
it
thin
spreads
it out?
thinner, and then maybe they can do it. And I should probably check and make sure there aren't any other of those puffed fish.
Still looks kind of deep. I don't know.
Wow, man. Well, if it comes down to it, we could just let it leak out like here.
Sure.
I'll try mopping it again.
Are those guys stranded?
Too much liquid. Oh, are they? Oh, they can get down this. They can get down a two.
Are they out of things to do? I guess they were just temporarily out of things to do.
Huh.
They seem very confused.
They can't do this.
Oh. You think they're trying to build the filter and can't figure out how to dig to it?
Yes.
Well, maybe running back and forth will do it, you ding-dongs.
It's possible that that behavior is programmed into them as like a way to attract your attention.
To
and
make
if
you
you're
pay attention.
Right, if you're looking elsewhere on the map. Like
I think you really might be partially out of tasks because Devin's just standing in the middle of a field.
We do have people idle. This is a little
Yeah.
notice that lets you know when people are not working.
And there's a lot of stuff they could be picking up if they had been told to do it.
Oh, okay. I had to tell them to do everything.
Sweep. And the farm.
On the farm?
I can see like seeds and stuff.
How about if I just
Everything.
sweep everything up? If you guys, there's time to lean, there's time to clean.
Grab a mop, grab a broom.
Yep.
Suitable Bonnie, quit staring at the water filters. Get to work. That's right. Hop to it.
I just want to make sure that this takes slime because we now have some that needs to be.
Yep.
No, it does not.
Well, I mean, it could. No, it will.
Now they'll put it over here because I don't want them leaving it over there to pollute where it was.
Yeah.
Oh, we can get more research going. Man, Dream Date Turner rips through this stuff so fast.
What?
We might as well research this, but this stuff is so far beyond where we are in the game.
Yeah, well, learn everything, and then we never have to worry about learning anything ever again.
Okay.
We'll fill their little brains full of stuff, and then we're done.
We are getting kind of into the part of the game.
Oh, you know what? They don't have any place to put rocks. We're out of storage solutions, I think, is the problem.
Oh, gosh, okay.
I was wondering why they were ignoring all the demands to sweep.
Alright. Good call, good call. Alright, it's not their fault that they're being lazy. It's our fault for not telling them how not to be lazy.
And then are you leaving room for a sculpture? Is that the deal?
Yeah. Thinking maybe I'd let him have some culture.
When you've just run all the way across a colony to throw some rocks in a locker, it's nice to be able to pause and look at a nice sculpture.
Alright, we need to some more over here too. Oh, there's so much sweeping to do because we've been letting it mount up while they didn't have any place to put it.
Yep. So, time to copy some settings from the old storage containers.
Yeah, if they've got the new ones.
I mean, do you have to modify any of these? Because even your old storage containers, there's stuff that was discovered since they were built.
You can check those settings.
I'm saying there's organics, there's seeds. That's why no one's picked up the sweater. They don't have any place to put it.
Oh gosh. Well, we'll let them put it in this one. And that way we'll know where it is.
Just that one?
Yeah, that way we'll know where it is. It's not like they're going to get tons of sweater.
Yeah.
This thing can take 20,000 kilograms of material.
Mm-hmm. Where are they storing the seeds currently?
Seeds are all over, see?
But not all of them.
You're right, they're not taking all the seeds either.
So I'm saying, pick one of these and let's redo the settings and then apply it to all of them.
Okay. Organic we were just looking at.
I think that one's fine.
This is fine. These are all fine because they're taking everything. We want all the seeds. We want none of the agriculture.
Right.
Actually, let me check. Phosphorite, I think, can go anywhere.
If you find any.
We have found some.
We must have, otherwise it wouldn't be listed.
Yeah, we found some.
What about ore?
Consumable ore, I did that on purpose. It's coal is the only one we have so far.
Oh, and we have a coal hopper.
Right, I made a coal hopper. And then clothing, I put just in that one. So let's copy these settings.
And apply them to everything else we can find.
Yep. These go here. And over here.
And the ones by the gate.
Alright.
I think that's all the storage.
I think you're right.
So now they will know how to pick up new things they've discovered.
Alright.
Ah, good. I'm glad to see that they can grab the rock out of the pool of pee without having to get off the ladder.
Yeah. Their magic guns take care of a lot of these problems for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to check on the plumbing. I'm going to try to check on the plumbing. Hello? Not.
Seems like it's working.
Yeah, not
Pressure's not too
completely
high.
backed up yet. We're good. So there's two little light bugs over here.
They have wandered very far afield. How'd they do that? Or no, they came up the ladder.
They came up the ladder. So, I mean, that's nice. We want them up in our habitat, not down in these areas where nothing's going on. But we want them more over here in the habitat. So, unfortunately, there's no way to, like, lure them.
Well, this is why we're going to research animal control at some point, right?
Right. That's just a trap.
Yeah.
That you can catch them in and then you can move them.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer to me that you can't, like, put out a salt lick in the meantime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, a salt lick is a kind of trap. You just pretend it's the same thing. Huh. One of those light bugs is down by the water cleaning thing, too. They're coming from all over.
That would be great if I opened this door and they wandered in.
Yeah. Too bad everybody's asleep.
Yeah, everybody's asleep. So, I wonder...
Do you want to just leave that door open for a while?
Yeah, when everybody wakes up, I think I will try that. I'm also wondering if this whole area...
If it's time to dig that out?
Well, I know that we're going to want a wall there or maybe an airlock. Because this is still going to be putting off polluted oxygen over here.
Uh-huh.
Because it's smelly. But we might want an easy way for them to get through there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, if we're having them come down here to do stuff, as we probably increasingly will.
Yeah, I imagine that's an area we're going to want to explore
as
more.
we get into this whole cold area.
Yeah.
and get into those lockers down there. So
you want to
so
make
that-
it so they don't have to go all the way around.
right, I want to make the pathways a little more efficient.
Who's going down there now?
Crystal Mall. Crystal Mall is supplying the algae terrarium down there.
Ah, to keep the oxygen up.
Right, so that the oxygen is in good shape down here. Which is good. That's going to be important when we...
There is a lot of gross air down there.
There's a lot of gross air. We should actually put another one of those down here.
What is that black air?
The black air is carbon dioxide.
Okay. So the algae will turn that into oxygen.
Yes.
Perfect. At the cost of a considerable amount of water.
Yeah. It will use a lot of water and a lot of the algae that we dig out, which is also finite, you know.
Yeah. There's only so much algae to be dug.
And you can synthesize more from slime, but then you have to sort of control how...
Germs.
Right, the germ situation from the slime. There's a lot of things like that where, you know, trade-off ecosystem things.
As your technology increases and your ability to handle more variables increases, it makes it so that you can start start processing harder to get elements, and you have to because you run out of all the easy stuff.
Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and, for future planning purposes, raise the ceiling.
Yep. And do you want to dig all the way through to where you have that door on the other side?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, why not?
I'm going to go ahead and cancel these last two so that this stays a doorway. And
Sounds good.
we continue to get our mess hall bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still okay for food? Yeah, we're still at 35,000. We're doing great for food. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think... Because look, a lot of these are... Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I forgot to fill in a doorway here.
So we have an enormous natural gas leak that has flooded the farm.
Yeah, that sucks.
All right. So the game is paused. Let's rapidly plan how we're going to recover from this gas attack.
Yeah, that was an oversight. Sorry.
You can see Amazo running for his life, fleeing the farm and the wall of unbreathable gas coming towards him. But, you know, thanks for getting that little thing built before you had to run.
Yeah, I meant to do that, and I thought I would be keeping an eye on it while they were doing it, and then I wandered off.
Yep.
So that's a lesson. Don't count on yourself to monitor things. Go ahead and plan it all out.
Yeah, just pause the game, plan everything at once. All right, so generator. Floor for the generator to rest on, maybe? Less important? Do we also have to have them build tiles and doors to stop that from the gas from flooding any further? Like right where Amazo is standing. Build a tile wall and a door so we at least trap it here.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Once this pump is working,
Yeah.
right? Then it's going to start sucking that gas up.
Yeah.
So maybe we just leave this open and you know what? No, we won't do that. That's dumb. What we're going to do is put an airlock there, which was what I originally planned to do. But then we're going to put another gas pump, a temporary one, up in here.
Uh-huh.
And then once all of this has been sucked back out, we'll disassemble it.
Okay. So emergency gas pump.
Yeah. What do you think? up in the I mean, it's most important to clear it out of the farm.
Yeah.
So
I think in the farm, especially since it flows up, right?
I think it's kind of the same weight as oxygen, and it'll just kind of
so it'll
float.
just kind of go where the pressure takes it.
Right. Can I run this through the door? I can.
Yeah, because it's behind it.
All right, I'm gonna. All right, I have already planned badly, which is not surprising because I got distracted by stuff and wasn't thinking. So let me get my ventilation overlay. We're going to be deconstructing some of this because you have to filter the gas. So there's going to need to be a gas filter right here.
Uh-huh.
I think actually it doesn't run through tile either, so I need to deconstruct the tile as well.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know that's going to be...
You're going to leave a pit that they can't cross to build the airlock.
I'll just put a tile underneath.
There you go.
There we go. And then once we get that gas filter space cleared for it, this is it. Yeah, that's gonna be, that can go there. And then this one's a little confusing because the sort of like, you've got the white for intake and the green for outtake.
Yep.
But on this, you've got this middle orange thing that you can see there. And that's the filtered output.
Oh, so it's got two outputs.
It's got two outputs.
Whatever you want to keep and everything else.
Right. So we're gonna have a vent come out of this that's gonna spit out everything that's not natural gas, essentially.
Right.
And we'll put an outlet for that somewhere up in the farm so that all that other air is getting to the farm.
Yep.
And I guess I could actually, maybe instead of canceling all that stuff, I'll put it here.
Just route it through there. Yeah.
Yeah. Or,
But then do you want to do it vertical so it's easier to connect up from either direction, from the farm or the other way? As opposed to horizontal?
Oh. Well, then it won't, it's too tall and it won't be built there. Unless I deconstruct that tile.
One vent tile?
I don't think that makes sense.
Nope.
I want the...
Well, you can also deconstruct this thing when it's time to switch over to the other one.
Oh, no, this will work. I'll put it here.
Okay.
I'll bring this up to the intake. I'll bring this all the way over and join it up.
Right.
And that way they're both pumping into it.
Mm-hmm.
The filtered output goes down into the gas.
Right.
And then both of these things are going to have an exhaust, essentially.
Right.
Which will...
So you need a gas bridge?
Or just to send it over
just
here.
run it up the ladder?
Yeah, why not?
Sure. And then what, a gas vent or a high pressure gas vent?
I think we need... We don't have this researched
We don't
yet.
ever find metal or plastic, so gas vent it is.
Right.
And then, do we also still want to stick with my idea of where Amazo is standing, put up a door and some tile?
Yeah. And now that we've got a plan for dealing with all of this stuff, keeping it contained is a great idea. So we'll put another airlock right here. We can't?
Why not?
It says we can't. I'll see if it's just because he's there. No, it's not
No?
just because he's there. Oh,
because there's a
plant
plant.
there.
We couldn't see the plant.
Well, this is fine. I can put a tile under it.
Sure. Under and on top. Seal it up.
And we'll go ahead and prioritize that pretty highly because we don't want any more of that stuff escaping.
At least start by limiting how far this disaster spreads.
And, we'll go
And
ahead
then we'll let
just-
everybody hold their breath and go running in there to get it built.
Just gonna prioritize all this stuff. All right.
All right. Let's see him bounce back from this.
I'm gonna fast forward them since we've set up so much work for them to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I also need to put tile under the gas generator. I need something to rest on. I need to deconstruct the top rung of the ladder and put tile there.
Wow, look at him go.
Yeah.
It's still drifting out because they haven't finished that lock. They're almost there.
So another thing we need to do is get some power down here, because even though this is going to be outputting power, to start, these gas pumps are going to need power. So we're going to want to bring this down. Oh, this kills me. I hate doing this. Just so you know. This is going to be really ugly, but this is a whole farm industrial complex down here.
Uh-huh.
It's just not going to be pretty. Maybe we can stick some paintings on the wall.
Yeah, there's nothing to keep us from beautifying the farm. Ugh, just that miasma of
I know.
orange.
There is something keeping us from beautifying the farm, which is that the plants don't like having it in their space.
They need some headroom.
They need headroom. And apparently, even though this is on the back wall, presumably.
Whoa, we've almost tapped that water reservoir up top.
Oh, wow. Yeah, farming uses a lot of water. Research uses water. We'll start tiling in so that what we have is within reach of the pump. You sure you still want to keep sequestering this criminal water over here?
Yep.
Alright. When our
We could have
little-
another hand, actually.
What's that?
The printer pod is lit up.
Oh.
Though again, probably want to create another bed before we let another person in. And then that's the sort of chain of things that gets you distracted and then leads to another emergency. So, I don't know.
Well, here.
So I was just laughing at that sleeping duplicant who's got a pet in their room just eating rocks while they try and sleep. Devin must be a pretty sound sleeper to miss the big chomping sound of that thing eating. And the little growly noises it makes. Oh, just can't get through that door.
Alright, should we see who we can get? Should we bring them out? I mean, we've got plenty of food still. Even though here's the thing though, our farm is going to be in rough shape for a while.
Maybe we want to hold off on help until we can get the food situation back under control.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not getting a warning that we're short on food, but there's no way that this gas situation isn't going to be problematic for the food that's been brought in.
Ugh. It got up here. Right, it would. That makes sense, but that's a bummer. And this carbon skimmer only skims carbon. It's not going to help us with the
Natural gas buildup.
yeah, that situation is just going to have to resolve itself somehow. I guess what I'll do is I'll make an airflow tile here so that when
Hopefully it'll
this
draw it back down.
starts drawing out the natural gas, it will suck it out of here too.
Yeah, maybe the food won't be too bad. We just harvested some seeds.
Yeah, we have enough. I mean, it's good that we don't have all of our farm together either, because this stuff's doing fine.
Yeah.
Forgot to set in some of our storage compactors, so we'll do that. Has anyone gone down and done this ladder? No. They haven't even come down to do this algae terrarium.
Sure. Well,
They can't. They can't get over there.
yep. And we had them working on an emergency.
Also, we had prioritized all the stuff to do over here, which is also not
Still not
quite
done.
yet.
They're kind of doing some staying alive maintenance work. And it's a long sprint for them through a mostly airless area. We're not at the point where we can get the environmental suits, right? That takes plastic.
That takes plastic, yeah.
So until then, they got to do it the rough and rugged way. Just hold their breath and charge on through.
Right. We don't even have exosuit checkpoints.
Refined metal is required.
We also need this textile loom before we can ever have it.
Wow.
There's a lot of steps before you get exosuits. Oh, come on, guys.
I just saw them work on something for a couple seconds, then have to go run for air.
Yeah, I can see. Maybe I should put an algae terrarium down here so that they can even work down here.
Maybe.
Oh, and they're getting their feet wet too. That
Well, do you want to
sucks.
build a tile that they can walk across so they don't have to go down into that?
Yes, I do.
Of course, they'll probably finish everything before that unless we do the priority. I love the fact that some of them are taking time out of their day to make paintings in the farm. They're just holding their breath in the middle of a hellscape full of natural gas, trying to get some canvases ready. Guess not everybody can work on building all the gas apparatus required to dig out of this hole.
Red and roses, okay? You know? Well, we can also have them not too high priority, but have them dig this, and some of this water will run out, hopefully.
Right. I do seem to remember that being some of the plan.
There we go.
There we go. Now it'll be at the point where they can mop it up.
I like that when it's over here, it looks like it's about maybe 4 inches deep water compared to them. It's like ankle deep to them. But once it starts running down here, suddenly it's enough to fill an entire passage that's like 3
pretty
duplicants
amazing.
abreast.
Yeah.
Water works in weird ways in this game. Oh, water is not working at all here. Yeah, they're hurting for water.
Well, at one point we thought we were going to tap that upper reservoir and let it drip down and refill, or we were going to, somehow expand up there.
Yes, and we're gonna have to do that
Pretty
now.
soon.
Now, actually, they're out. They're done with that.
So when they run out of water, that means they're going to stop doing research. They're going to stop feeding those algae terrariums that are making oxygen. They're going to stop farming, which means that you'll have a food shortage
Right.
in the near term.
No, I already looked at that and said I couldn't do it, and then I forgot. But you know what? Even though it's a masterpiece, we got a bunch like them. I want to make a more efficient pathway here, and that means bringing up the same ladder through the whole thing. and then digging to the side here to get to this water. And then we're going to put in a water pump. Now, something about this game which is idiosyncratic is that you need a hand-cranked pitcher pump even once your people have like exoskeletons and stuff. Exosuits. Even once they have this advanced technology. Even though we have a sink.
You can automate all sorts of plumbing things, but not the gathering of water?
You still need a pitcher pump. I don't really know why.
Got to connect up that ladder there.
Oh, right. It didn't draw over because the painting was still there. This will also help vent this hydrogen up higher. I need to deconstruct the tiles, but not the things that are behind the tiles. So this over here, the filter for the deconstruct tool, you can specify like if you only want to get the tiles or if you only want to get the wires.
Yeah.
But in this case, I don't want any of the wires or pipes that are running through that area. There aren't any, but if there were, all I wanted was the tiles gone, so I used this filter. Back wall buildings. You can tell it so that you don't have to, cycle through and pick each thing and individually deconstruct it. You can use that filter to draw out things that you want to deconstruct, but exclude the things you want to keep.
At some point, are we going to want to make another one of those oxygen generating engine things like is right there by the printing pod to the left? Just to get oxygen being created higher in the base now that there's 2 more floors up above.
Yeah.
I just wonder if we should put one up by the grill area or outside the dorms on the left.
I think the dorms are better now.
They're better, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing much better now. We're not strangling anyone in their sleep anymore. Fleeing. Oh, they dug up another one. And they're scared of it. Now that's funny. When they find one of those in captivity, they run from it. Or when they find one of those in the wild, they run from it. Meanwhile, the captive one down here...
Yeah, it's a pet.
Devin's fine with it. Well, for that matter, they all ran when they saw it, right?
I'm going to close that off with the door.
Alright.
Otherwise, we probably lose the mess hall bonus.
I'm not sure we do, actually. We did. Oh, but we did because of
the ladder.
The ladder. There's no really getting around that.
Unless you get rid of one more mess chair and then are able to put another door and wall up.
Yeah, which we can. We'll do 2. We'll make it nice. Because we've
And
got
then move
plenty
them the
of
other way.
space over, yeah.
Yeah, there's space. So that they can all dine happily under the painting of a screaming Amazo. I don't know what that artist was thinking. That's not really conducive to a good appetite.
How do you know? Maybe to duplicants, nothing makes them more mouth-wateringly hungry than existential angst. So how many duplicants do we have now?
There are 12 currently.
So we need to put 12.
We never
chairs.
really see them eat all at the same time, though.
I know, but they like
to have one of their own, even if they're not
like
using it.
having one of their own.
Okay.
They are assigned individually to them.
Oh, like beds.
Yes. So that's 6.
Did that
7.
dude just eat part of a loaf and then chuck the rest on the floor?
Yes.
How come the research tree doesn't have anything about basic manners? Which includes, just because you're full, don't throw the rest of your food on the floor like a Viking. Oh, well, someone else will just come along, scoop some of it up off the floor, and then stick it in their chipmunk face. Bunch of filthy animals.
Oh no, is it stuck in the door? Another
That's not
one?
the pet. That's the one that was up above.
But it's stuck in the door.
It is definitely stuck in the door. I don't know where you want that thing to go, because you probably don't want it hanging out by the grill, since food tends to get dropped on the floor by the grill.
Yeah, no, I don't want
I guess it could be in there and pick up scraps from the mess hall.
to keep stuff from rotting, I guess. But if I can get it into here, then I can shut this door and trap it in here.
I hear animal handling's being researched.
Yeah.
I think we can start slowing people down because we're starting to see reports of idleness, which means we got to get ahead of planning.
All right.
And that must mean that the gas thing must be up and running, right? Completely built?
Surely. Yep.
But it's not moving yet.
It can't.
It needs a filter.
Have not selected what the filter should output. There. Natural gas.
Now what? Now it needs power.
Right. Because this one thing.
One little bit of wire is unreachable.
Come on. Fine. Deconstruct this so that you can aim your little gun down here and do this one tiny bit of wire that's keeping this whole thing from working.
And that's going to let even more gas up temporarily. Come on, man. That's an 8. Someone can finish that up. Just do it. Quit standing by the sculpture. Anybody? Grab some copper.
Waiting material delivery.
Who's got the iron? There we go. Drop
Thank
the iron
you.
off. Someone else can make the wire. Now close it up.
Great. Thanks, Mopsy Bubbles.
Close it.
I don't know why you are so anxious for me to close it, because our plan is for the pump to suck it out.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just putting airflow tiles here that are gonna let it pass through.
So that no one falls to their death. I'm thinking of OSHA and
Look,
health and safety guidelines.
this is unreachable?
Apparently so. Well, deconstruct something above it so they can finish that pipe too.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Trying to uproot. Do you need to do that in addition to deconstructing?
I think it happens automatically when it's deconstructed.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Now please finish this. This whole thing is just like... No!
Plants have died. So it wasn't dug up, it just died. That answers that question, right? I assume it was that plant?
But it output a seed.
Oh, so we
Right.
can just grow it again.
Yeah.
It's not really dead. Aha! We can see it sucking in
last.
gas, finally. And there's the little rabbits in the snake of gas going down to the filter.
Yep.
And now that's moving, and we can see the other thing moving.
Pipe blocked. Pipe blocked, huh? Alright, what's that about? Oh, how about that? Didn't finish it. That's important. Actually, it is more important for the
For
gas
cleaning
to get...
up for now. We
Yeah.
want all capacity to go to the cleanup efforts, right?
Yeah, that's... Actually, this is fine.
It's fine. Yeah, we'll build the power plant later. And there's that food shortage we were worried about.
They're out
Time
of...
to start making mud pies again, folks.
Right, but at least now when we make them, we can fry them.
Yeah,
so
we
that
could
they
send
don't-
them to the grill.
so that they don't get sick from them. Also, now that we're hungry,
Time to kill that thing.
yeah, we'll leave.
Time to become food, dude.
We'll leave Devin's pet alone. We're eating this one.
Picked up the meat. Now cook it. They stuck it in the fridge. That works too.
They will only cook the meat if we can cook it with pepper nut. Do we have that? we don't.
Do not have any pepper nuts, so can't make any barbecue yet.
So I'm going to go ahead and input the mush fry
Yep.
on continuous. So that
Perfect.
as soon as they have some, they'll start frying
cooking
it up. And there's some right there.
All right. We should probably think about wrapping things up. So, do we want to bring in a new duplicant before we call it quits for the day?
Now that we have a food shortage to welcome them with.
Yeah. If the new person doesn't work out, we can use them for meat.
Sure, why not?
Let's pick the tastiest looking incoming duplicate.
Okay.
This Bonnie is a grease monkey, and that means bad for your health and would taste terrible. Too oily.
I think maybe Jean is the...
Jean looks pretty solid.
Although, here's the thing. We're almost done with research, so 4 learning's not that
It means they'll
important.
level up on other skills, though, right?
Yeah, but I think that is going to change, like, tomorrow.
Yeah. Do we need a cook? Travaldo's a +8 chef.
You know... See, I don't think he looks delicious. I don't think that they're going to eat him. But, we don't really need a digger. We've got plenty of people with that, and a cook would be nice. And tinkering is good too. So, do you want to rename him?
Sure. Chef Bacon.
Like bacon, like pork meat bacon?
Well, you could spell it however you want if we want to disguise the origin.
That's
There we
more
go.
festive.
It sounds like a child's toy. That's great. It's your very own Chef Bacon.
Welcome to the colony, Chef Bacon.
Welcome to Deadly Spacerock. Now, get to work. There's a food shortage.
Yeah, come cook for us. And don't do art. You're actually pretty creative, but not quite enough. 3. That's not quite enough to make anything decent, so we'll take that off his plate.
Plate? Get it?
Plate, Why was cook unchecked?
Another night falls on Deadly Spacerock, and tomorrow everybody's going to have to get a job, so sleep tight. Today is your last day of unemployment.
Good night, little duplicants.
And we'll see you guys the next time we feel like recording some of this game. Bye, all.